All right. Well, woohoo! We are here again today for the Utah PTA Pulse podcast. I am Corey Fairholm, the immediate past president and host of the podcast today. My co-host today is Andrea Hinton, director of membership, because we did a little switcheroo, and Angeli Ado,
yes,
the director. No, what are you? Advocacy VP.
Yeah,
See, we always get it wrong.
I can't say it either. It's
okay,
fine.
Advocacy VP, and we are going to. We have Angeli here today to talk about the upcoming advocacy conference.
Yeah.
But first, we got to do an icebreaker. What's our icebreaker, Angeli?
So today is, what was your first job?
Do you want to know what my first job was? You're going to laugh. I was a YWCA camp counselor.
okay.
I was like, wait, what is that? Got it.
For summer camps.
Love it.
YMCA. Yeah, it was great.
Is that here in Utah?
No, it was in California. I grew up in
Okay.
California.
I was gonna say, I don't think they have that here.
Yeah, I know, in California, but it was so much fun because we took field trips. Went to the beach one day, went to the zoo, went and played games.
Were you a teenager when you did that?
Yeah, I was like 17,
Nice.
18. It was totally fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that was a great job.
Oh, totally. You could just hang out, go to the beach, get a suntan, take care of some kids. I usually had hard kids though, but it's okay. But it was so much fun.
That sounds fun.
That was a really good job.
Yeah.
What was yours, Angela?
I'm trying to remember. Because I can think of two jobs. I'm just trying to remember which one I did first. Well, I'm just going to say them both because I can't remember what they were when one happened. So maybe it wasn't my job in Wyoming. I don't know. But I worked at like a restaurant drive-in, in a really small town. Mm-hmm. And I remember I got paid like $3.75 an hour, and I thought that I was like making it, even though I made less money than I did when I babysat, for my like families before that, and then I kind of got more busy and whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the other job, which I really like in my mind, the timeline is all wrong, but it was like at an insurance company, and I was just in charge of like scanning documents and filing away documents, and it was like a super chill job.
No.
But I really can't. It's like driving me crazy that I can't remember which one was first.
That's all right.
I know.
Made an impact.
Yeah.
I did like that job a lot. But I was like, man, there are too many like facets to this. It was like car insurance. And then they did a car insurance and like liability insurance for restaurants and businesses, and I was like, this is a lot.
I was probably all paper back then.
So much paper. Oh my gosh. They'd give me like this like massive file, and they were like, hey, now you need to separate out into the different companies, and I was like, okay, here's all the trees right
And then you
here.
had to scan them? Oh, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of paper.
Yeah. What was
about you?
yours?
My first job, I worked at an assisted living as a cook.
Oh, okay.
Did it 5 days a week in the evening after school, and yeah, it was fun. Just got to know all the cute old people, and they were fun. Some were mean, but
Were you a teenager then too?
yes,
Okay.
I was probably 16 or 17.
Okay.
So yeah, learned how to cook a lot of things there.
That's awesome.
I bet.
Yeah.
And they're probably picky too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. They like their food
Yes.
at a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never want to be late, and gotta have the right thing.
So, my husband's grandpa lives with his dad right now, and so he's 97 or something. He's very old, but they kind of feed him like this. They have like a menu for the week, and so it's like on Monday we know that we do this, and Tuesday's this, and Wednesday's this, but we had made homemade pizza, and so my husband's stepdad just was like, yeah, I'll just feed this to him, and he was like, this pizza is the best, like that other frozen stuff is so gross.
I tell you, they're picky. They are picky. Yep. Well, that's a good job.
Yeah. That was a good one. Some good experience.
Yeah.
Did your kids get jobs like when they got like turned 16, 17 or?
Oh yeah, they worked in assisted livings too. A lot of them did. Yes, they were all maintenance men. So
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
No,
And
it is,
then
it
you
is.
could even get like your CNA and
Yeah.
get paid a little more.
yeah, it's a good thing. Good field to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the advocacy conference coming up, Angeline.
Yeah, it's coming up.
What's the date?
Quick. So it's November 13th. The past few years, it's always been on a Friday, and this year it's on a Thursday.
Okay.
So it's a little.
Okay, so it's a Thursday, November 13th.
Yep, and it's from 9 to about 2:30. I'm really excited. This year, our theme is honoring the past while shaping the future, and I mean, we're really focused on 100 years of Utah PTA, but I really think it's important to look back at that advocacy work that has happened and then become inspired to do more, you know. And I'm really excited. One of the things we're going to do there is we're going to have a past president panel, and our past presidents are so cute. They were all here a couple nights ago and telling us how excited they were to do it, and we're going to ask them some questions about the advocacy that they were a part of, or maybe something that they were working on when they were the president, but it didn't come quite to fruition until the next president, you know. So kind of just looking back on things that happened, you know. I know in the early 2000s there was the voucher program, you know, that, you know, was it didn't go through, and our PTA was really involved in that, you know. And so I'm really excited about that part. That's going to be really great. But we also have some good classes too. We're kind of just going to focus on the basics, because we get a wide variety of people that come to advocacy conference, but there's always a large group that have never been before. And sometimes we love our people that have come for 5, 10, 15, whatever years, but sometimes we leave our newbies like in the dust, and we don't give them those basic skills that they need to advocate. So we're going to focus on some of those basics, and whether that's talking to your legislator or figuring out if your school problem needs to be talked about with the principal or the school board member or whatever that might be, we're going to teach people those basics too. And then take it one step further for those that have, you know, been coming for a long time too, because we have some people that have been going for a long time. How long have you been going, Corey?
To advocacy conference?
Yeah.
Oh, a long time.
Yeah.
Probably 20 years. So,
and I'm sure it's changed a lot.
Yeah, it has. It totally has, because it was a long, long conference. Yeah, it was.
Did it used to be more than one day?
No, it used to start at like 8 in the morning and go until like 4. But we talked a lot about like issues. We had a lot of more issues, and, you know, dealing with that. But I love this, you know, this foundation of building what advocacy is and making sure people feel confident in how they advocate. I love how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So who should come to this advocacy conference?
Everyone and anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, everyone. Members.
Should people besides advocacy reps and
Totally.
presidents come?
Totally. It's available to all.
So like a
PTA
mom
members.
can come, or
Yeah.
anyone who's just like a PTA member can
Yeah.
come?
Yeah, we'd
Okay.
love for everyone to
What if you're
come.
not a PTA member?
You can come too. It costs a little bit more, but
Okay.
you can come too.
So maybe join the PTA and get all
Yeah,
those
and you get a
benefits,
discount.
and then- okay.
Totally. Yeah.
That's great. So what's the cost?
So it costs $10 to get in. You know, we have to pay for our facility and everything. And then if you want to order lunch, it's not required that you order lunch. We do take a lunch break, but that lunch is $15 on top of the
The 10.
$10.
So
yes.
$25 if you're a PTA
Yeah.
member.
Mm-hmm.
Do
That's
we
not
know where
bad.
the lunch is from?
This year we are doing Apple Spice Junction, and then our VP of, what's Carissa's title?
Region? No, area.
Area VP.
The area VP. She is a caterer, and she makes the most amazing food, desserts, everything, and she's going to be making a cake as we
Ooh, like a birthday
have a little
celebration.
birthday. We have a little
That's
birthday, little birthday celebration during lunch. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
It's going to be good.
And what's the location?
So it's in Jordan School District.
It's on the Jordan Learning Center
Yeah, it's called the Jordan Learning Center, and it's right off of 9800
in Bangor.
and Bangor. Like, there used to be a Walmart there,
Okay.
and then Jordan School District bought it, and now they've kind of repurposed it. So
Yeah, they converted it into a building. I've been out there. It's great.
yeah, I
That's a
can't.
good facility.
I
Is it
can't
shiny
wait.
new?
Oh, totally brand new.
Can you tell it used to be a Walmart?
No,
Oh, okay.
you can't. You kind of walk in, you go, was this a Walmart? But no, yeah, it's a great building.
Do some people need to come just because they knew it as a Walmart? And they
Yeah,
knew
probably.
Definitely.
Probably.
You gotta come just to see the changes.
No, they've done a good job out there. So, and lots of parking. So
Oh,
if it
good.
starts at 9, what time should I be there?
Well, I mean, I would say by like 8:50,
Okay.
but we'll take you at 9 too.
Okay.
Like, we just want you to come. In the morning, though, we are doing our business, so we'll be voting on resolutions.
How many resolutions?
We have 3 resolutions this year for Advocacy Conference, and
What are they? Do you know?
yes, so we have our cyberbullying resolution, we have our students with disabilities resolution, and then our education funding resolution. Our cyberbullying is brand new. As we live in this technology-filled world. It encompasses a little bit of AI. It encompasses all aspects of cyberbullying, which is so important. A problem I wish we'd never have to face. Like, it's terrible. And then our education funding, we've had this resolution before, but we've added some parts in it to include unfunded mandates.
Okay.
Because often our government, whether federal or state, they want certain things to happen. Like when I'm thinking about schools, but I think it's across the board. They want X, Y, and Z to happen, but they don't often fund it. So they require you to, upgrade your building or put in new technology, but there's no money for it. And then they get upset with you because you didn't do it. And so mandates like that are always hard to fill, and it causes, I feel like, resentment on all parts. So we're really excited to have that unfunded mandate part in there. And then
That would make a difference.
yeah.
That would, yeah.
Yeah.
If that passes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
feel like most places, like, they agree with the legislature and say, like, yeah, we should upgrade our building or change our code or whatever, but like, we're already operating on a slim budget, so. And then the other one, for our students with disabilities, that one has been an existing resolution also, but we're adding in a portion that specifically talks about the federal funding for special needs students, because
Okay.
just with the controversy of whether we have it, don't have it, if it can be withheld or whatever, we just want to make sure that we have that covered, So I think there's some great resolutions. Our commissioners have been working really hard this year that I think we're probably going to see about 5 to 7 at our leadership conference. So
Really?
yeah.
So why is it so important that we pass these resolutions now?
So the resolutions allow the advocacy team to speak to the legislatures and take positions on bills.
That's coming up.
That's coming up. Yep.
In January. Okay.
Yeah. So those resolutions are really important, and they also just tell people like where we stand as Utah PTA.
Mm-hmm.
We have our mission where we're focused on all children, but then we kind of like dial it down a little bit and say like these are the things we believe in. And now a resolution isn't just written like tomorrow. Maybe you could write a rough draft, but there's a lot of research that takes place, and we don't just use Wikipedia. We use like real data, real research, real scholarly websites, and then we take that data and we write something that we're concerned about, but with the data. And then that's the whereas part. We're going to introduce the subject to you, tell you some of the data, and then in the resolved part we tell you what Utah PTA is going to do. And we're really focused on making sure that Utah PTA can actually do those things, because there's, in some of the older resolutions, there's things that Utah PTA has promised to do that we can't actually do. And so we've kind of been going through them with a fine-tooth comb saying, can Utah PTA do this? Can local PTA leaders do this too? Can we ask our partners to help in this work? And I think that's a good direction to go in, It's really hard to attain goals that aren't actionable,
What if someone wants to read these resolutions to see what all these statements are? Where can they go?
So
read them
all
at?
of our resolutions currently are on utahpta.org, and then you go to the advocacy tab and resolutions is right there. These 3 resolutions that we're going to be talking about at Advocacy Conference will be on the website shortly.
Okay.
So they'll
Okay.
all be there for them to read.
Will it be on the event page?
It'll be on the event page for
Okay.
sure. Yep. And we'll, of course, probably send out an email to all those that have been registered as well to remind them, hey, we're going to be looking at these resolutions because our general membership has to pass them. So even though I like them, we have to make sure our membership.
And that's important because we're getting our say from the membership and our support.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's not just us.
What if someone wants to make a comment on one of the resolutions? Can they do that?
They totally can. We have time for discussion. They can ask questions. They can even like suggest like changes, or sometimes they'll see a word that we misspelled or like some grammatical errors, and then sometimes they disagree, and they'll point out why they disagree, and then some people speak for it. So there is that time for a discussion to be had, and we like having other eyes on it too. I mean, sometimes you get this a little nerve-wracking, especially if like you're in charge of it and you're like, what's gonna happen? But yeah, we really appreciate our general membership weighing in on those. So
Well, that's important because that shows that we're a membership association. So
yeah.
That's great. Okay. So that's going to be happening at the business meeting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else happening at the business meeting?
So yeah, also at the business meeting, we're gonna honor those that have like started in PTA, and then maybe they're a city council member or a mayor or a school board member or a legislator, or just people that like can like look back and be like, PTA taught me X, Y, and Z so that I could do this role now. And I think that's really special.
Oh, and we have a lot.
We have a lot.
And that's impactful because we have a lot of parents who, and members who have started in PTA and now they're serving in, as a senator or House of Representative, mayor, city council, school board members.
And so many of them talk about how their experience in PTA helped them so much to get where they are.
Well, it gives them that voice.
Yeah.
That's why this advocacy conference is so important, because we're, like you said, you're teaching them that foundation so that they feel confident in advocating.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, when I first started in PTA, I was scared to death to advocate. But as you get that confidence and go through PTA, that's where it happens.
Yeah. And I think part of this advocacy conference is great to build that confidence to learn how to advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What to do.
And then what to say and how do I approach it. And like you said, do I start at the teacher? Do I start at, the superintendent? Where do I go if I have an issue?
Yeah. And I think the first step for a lot of our members is to advocate for their students, their own children, because I think there's a lot of things that happen in families with the school that maybe that parent is feeling a little iffy about, or they're like, oh, like I didn't like the way that teacher handled that situation with my kid or whatever, but they're scared.
Yeah.
And I think when we're learning to advocate, that teaches us to not be scared too.
Yeah.
We're able to kind of push through that fear a little bit. And, I've always heard my whole life that our parents can be our most fierce advocates. And I've always been like, yeah, okay, whatever, but when we know how to advocate and when we're willing to do it, like parents really are a child's fiercest advocate,
And I think that's really important to mention that, it's the whole mama bear, and of course we're going to advocate for our children, but there's also a way to do it that will help the key people to listen so that we can make the points and have the background and not just be the screaming, crying parent, but actually have something to back it up and say, this is why it needs to be this way, and who to talk to actually make some progress.
Yeah. I always, I loved this one principal that I had. He taught me so many great lessons, but he said, when I call a parent in for whatever reason, they're always going to be disappointed. It's, maybe your kid needs extra help, or that your kid was causing problems at school or whatever. He's like, they're always going to leave disappointed. But the majority of them, after they've had some time to think about it and push and kind of not react emotionally, come back to the table and want to work with the principal, and figure out the plan and a solution for their child. He said, but then there's others that just come back frustrated and upset, and then nothing happens. It's not a good situation. And so I love that we're going to teach people how to advocate and how to you got to have some emotion, you got to have passion, but you got to do it in the right way.
Well, but it's also the conversation you're having with them, because if you approach somebody just angry and you're just crying and hysterical, and you're not willing to listen, then you don't get very far. But if you, say, hey, this is how I feel, this is what's, happening, more of that education and understanding the process, then you're going to have more success in helping find a solution.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's important, and that's what you need to learn. And I think that's what's so good about these classes. What other classes are you having?
So we have the Advocacy Basics, and we're going to do that. We have 2 sessions of classes, and we're going to do that in both sessions because
that's great. So they all can hear.
Everyone can go to it if they feel like that's a class that they need to go to. And I feel like it's a good refresher class too, even for those of us who have been advocating for a long time.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a great class. Then we have our Legislative Basics, which is taught by Amber Bonner, and she's a great teacher, so I think that one will be really good. Okay, then we're going to do a History of Trust Lands, which I'm so excited about that class because the history of trust lands in our state is so fascinating. And in the United States too, it's a very fascinating story.
Well, Utah PTA's made a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we have been, titled the watchdog of trust lands, so that would be important to know. Because, parents are involved on school community councils, and they have a say in the trust lands. So that's a good school.
But I think a lot of people don't know what they are, and so I think it's great that we're having a class on it. And I talked with a lady, Margaret Bird. She's kind of been the head honcho of trust lands for a long time.
She's like a strong advocate for trust lands.
She's amazing, but she knows so much of the history, and you talk to her and you just sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, this is fascinating. She knows so much. Okay, then we're gonna have a resolutions class, so we're gonna talk about why they're important, how to write them.
The process and everything.
Yeah, the process.
That's good to know. That would be good to know. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're gonna kind of do a family engagement class.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that one because I feel kind of like we've been talking about, sometimes the only experience a parent has in the school is a negative one, and so they don't want to partner with the school. And we've kind of forgotten that the parents and the school were partners in our child's education, and when we go into that relationship as a partner, as opposed to you do this and I do this, and those sides never touch, our kids can be more successful, but then our experience is more satisfying as well too. So I'm really excited about that. And I think since COVID too, it's parents were kind of shooed away from the schools for a while, and most schools are welcoming them back, but it's still not the same. So I think it's a good reminder and to let people know we want you there. And especially we have a lot of refugees in our state now, and I think about Venezuela, for example. So in Venezuela, parents don't go to the schools. It's disrespectful for them to go. When you send your child to school, you have the utmost faith and trust in those teachers and that staff, that they're going to teach your child the best things, that they're going to keep your child safe. And so you're not needed there. And so for them to come here and to kind of hear go to the school, go to the school, go to the school, go to the school, that's really hard for them. And so I think it's really good that we keep talking about it. In America, things are a little different. We want our parents there, and it's not disrespectful. It's just how we do things here, And so I think.
But it's also making them the leaders aware of how you can reach out to help those families, to pull them in to say, okay, there's going to be a barrier here, but this is how you can reach out to them, so that they can be more involved and have that family engagement.
Yeah.
Because when parents are involved, the children is more successful in their schooling. So,
totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think our refugee population and our multi-language learner population, we have a lot of that in the state of Utah. And I feel like we all say we come from different cultures and we come from different backgrounds. But those of us that are from the U.S., we kind of come from the same culture. We're not coming to the U.S. and having to start over or whatever. And so I think it's a good reminder of why we're in the schools and why we're doing the things that we're doing, and teaching PTA leaders to be aware of that. So
And that's important.
Yeah.
Because we are finding that more and more.
Yeah.
So I think that would be great. Okay, so opening session or business meeting, then classes, and then lunch.
And then lunch, and that's
then
when
the
we're going to
okay.
do the birthday party during lunch.
Okay,
So that'll be really fun. And then we'll have our past presidents panel. And
that's great.
yeah, I think it's going to be a really great day. And I really want to make it a point to talk about how those that come to the conference, like, they're the leaders of advocacy. They're, the ones that are doing it now, they're our present leaders. But these people that are never done advocacy work, they're the future. And we're also teaching, like, the next generation of people and children. And
And we're teaching our next leaders. Yeah.
And that's important. We say we want PTA to last for 100 more years. It's a long time. But this is how we
won't
do
be
it.
around. We won't be
I know. I'm like, I won't be there.
We won't be around, but maybe our grandchildren will. Yeah.
I'm like, man, that makes me so tired.
So is registration up online?
When you listen to this, it should be.
Okay. So they're going to go to utahpta.org to register.
And then you're going to go to the events tab.
Okay.
And it'll show up as advocacy conference. I'm sure we will put it on our main homepage slider as well. So it's really easy to register. You just fill out all your information, like name, what your PTA is, what region you're in, I think maybe what school you're into, just so we can kind of see where everybody's from. And then you'll mark if you want a lunch, don't want a lunch. There's a few different choices. If you're, gluten-free or vegan or vegetarian, we have choices for everyone. And then you pay all right there on the same page. And
is there a cutoff date that they have to pay by, register by?
Yes. Let me tell you.
Is it probably right before?
It is right before. It is going to be, I think it's November 3rd. Yeah, November 3rd is the cutoff date. Then that's the date for food. If you're ordering a lunch, that's the day
for the food count. You got to get the food count.
You can, after that, you can register all the way up until the conference, and you can register day up for the conference. You just can't get a lunch.
Okay.
So, and one thing to know, in the past, our conferences have been in person and virtual. This one is only in person.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
only in person, no virtual.
We're trying something different this year, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so you have to be in person.
Yep.
And okay.
Yeah.
That's something different. That's a big change.
Yeah.
I think it's great, the opportunity to network and learn from so many other people that are like-minded in the PTA advocacy.
And I say, for these types of things that are in person only, I'm like, this is when you call in your babysitting favors. Mm-hmm. You work it out with your neighbors, or you ask grandma, grandpa, or your aunts and uncles, or whatever. And if you know that this board member can't go, maybe they'll watch your kids so you can go, or whatever.
And then you also count
their hours.
Yeah, you count those hours.
Whoever is watching your kids
gets counted those hours. You're right.
Yep, count all those volunteer hours.
Okay, so say it again. Thursday, November 13th.
November 13th, 9 to 2:30-ish.
At the Jordan Learning Center.
Yep.
I always worry about this. What should we wear?
I mean, there's not really a dress code.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of us wear business casual, but
can I wear my candidate's shirt?
no.
No?
Well, that's a good question.
Nope, we do
Good
not
question,
allow any sort of campaigning or anything. So please don't wear candidate shirts or buttons or
Because we are nonpartisan.
We are a nonpartisan organization. Wear all your PTA clothes if you want. But if you're like, I don't have business casual, all you have is jeans and a t-shirt, come as you are. We will.
Yeah.
We just want you to be there. We want you to be there with us. We want you to learn with us, grow with us. So don't let what you're wearing be a deterrent. I mean, if you come in a candidate shirt, we might ask you to take it off. But
and you might want to bring a sweater too, because it might be a little bit chilly too in there. And it's in November. It might be snowing. So.
It might be snowing. Who knows?
Yeah. So be careful. So it's at Jordan Learning Center, which is on 9800 South Bangor. It's right across the street from Elk Ridge Middle School. And
it's going to be a great day.
yeah, it's going to be plenty of parking, so I think it'll be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
If they have any questions, who they contact?
So you can email me, Angeli at utahpta.org. Yeah.
Okay.
I will get to it as soon as I can. I feel like every day I get flooded with email. I'm like, ah. Too many emails.
I know. One
I'm
day
sure
at a
you
time.
know.
One day at a time. One day at a time, right? Well, great. Well, thanks for letting us know about it. And we encourage you all to come because it's going to be a great learning experience. And I love that we're going to be teaching advocacy at the foundation and helping that because, that's a scary thing, advocacy.
It really is.
Advocating is scary. Talking,
is.
but you know what? They're just normal people too. And
Yeah. I don't know why sometimes in our brains we get stuck on that they're like above us.
I know, but
You
they're
know?
not.
But I'm like, I feel like we get like that even just like with our school principal.
Yeah.
And but even the kids are like, oh my gosh, there's Mr. So-and-so and you're at Costco, you know? Like, there he is. I always joke when we would see our old superintendent, I'd be like, there he is in the wild. Like,
But I mean, they're just normal people,
yeah,
and they're
normal. They have to do everything we do.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that these laws support our children and our
Yeah.
education, so
Yeah.
to give them a future that they deserve. So, well, thank you. Anything else?
I was just thinking, get to know your legislators in your mayor, and like we said, the normal people. You can reach out to them. A lot of them will say, "Just text me."
Yeah.
And email me, and then they won't seem like these scary people.
They're just normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, a lot of our legislators would prefer a text over an email, and on le.utah.gov, all their contact information is
Yeah, because
listed.
they all have their individual phone numbers and everything on
Yeah.
there. So,
Yeah.
and I like it because it's like, well, what do you think about this bill? Are you going to pass it or
Yeah.
don't? Yeah, this is my feelings about it. So they listen.
Well,
yeah.
everybody says a text is easier,
Yeah.
because I'm like, a text you get like that notification right away.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's something like very formal, I would put that in an email for sure. But I'm like, if you want my attention like right now or in the next hour or so, like send me a text.
Yeah,
I can only imagine how many emails they get every single
probably.
day.
Yeah. So
they like on the same topic 800 or something, 1,000. So
they probably get like me where I'm like, I have like 100 and I don't want to check my email, and they have like thousands.
yeah. See, they probably don't want to check them either.
Yeah.
So
Send
I
them a
get
text.
that. Well, great. I think Advocacy Conference is going to be great this year.
Yeah.
I think, and we're celebrating 100 years. That's even better. So please sign up and come. And I think it will be a great day.
Bring a friend.
Bring a friend and enjoy the day.
Yeah. We'll see
Yeah.
you there.
And we also want to do a big shout out to our Director of Communications, Mike Williams, who is producing this podcast. So thanks, Mike, for what you're doing. And we'll see you at Advocacy Conference on November 13th.
All right. See you there.
Okay.